This presentation will focus on using graphic organizers for writing at the secondary level. The one that I will be talking about are concept maps that you can use for students to write better. Before I start talking about the concept map, I want to first talk about the universal design for learning. The first principle of the UDL refers to perception. Students in our classroom come from various backgrounds and work at different levels. It's important for teachers to convey information to students in multiple ways to ensure that students are engaged in learning. Graphic organizers are one way that information can be presented to students to help them learn better. Graphic organizers have many purposes for learning. They can help students identify and define the topic they're going to write on. They can also help develop the argument, themes, and write them in a logical and sequential form. Teachers have been using graphic organizers and concept maps for a long time, and they're known to help students write more efficiently and quickly. The organizer can have many forms. This cheese sandwich, for example, is simplified for lower grade level and consists of the main idea, detail, which is usually the 3 paragraphs or supporting evidence, and the conclusion. This version of a concept map can help students identify the topic and differentiate between the different parts of the assignment, such as details and conclusion. As a teacher goes over how to use a concept map, they can define for students what is expected in each part. This can help students think and write more precisely as they try to follow the rules for each section. For instance, the teacher could let the students know that the conclusion should reflect the introduction, or that there should be transition between each paragraph. A concept map is a great way for teachers to let students know about the structures of a written assignment. It helps if the teacher gives examples of an already completed concept map so they can have a more clear idea of what is expected. Sometimes students will jump into writing the final draft too quickly and usually hit a roadblock and struggle to continue writing. It's also helpful if the instructor helps the student get started by providing examples or suggested topics, perhaps. Providing feedback and suggesting ways to improve the outline can also be useful in terms of writing proficiently. This way, students will learn how much they should write in each paragraph and whether these ideas are in a logical form. Concept maps can be adapted to higher grade levels as well. By the time students are in high school, they are confident in writing essays, but they still struggle to write thesis statements or making strong arguments throughout their paper. For instance, in grade 10, when students are learning how to write critical essays or position papers, they can use this version of the concept map to plan their thesis statement and have more space to work on their argument and supporting evidence. They can also try to work their way up from the arguments and then figure out what their main idea in their paper is. As discussed earlier, a teacher can always provide examples, feedback, and suggestions to improve the outline in order to enhance student learning. The key is to help students write in an organized way so their ideas come across clearly and concisely. To enhance the writing experience for students, you can also add elements like vocabulary words or resources for supporting evidence that students can use to develop their assignment. However, it's important to note that although graphic organizers or concept maps are a great way to enhance writing, not all students will be comfortable using them. Students who have trouble with organization or coherence will resist using concept maps. Ironically, these are the students who require it the most. Other students are more fluent in writing and may write an A+ paper without even using any kind of planners. Use the graphic organizer as a means to an end. For example, you can allow students to use other methods if they choose to plan their assignment, for example, jotting notes or concept webs and so on, if they're hesitant to use the specific kind of organizer. However, because planning is so important, especially for students who are struggling with writing, make sure to have students submit or do some kind of outline before they work on their final draft. Graphic organizers are one way students' learning can be improved in the classroom. Students often prefer a change of methods when learning a new concept. Students who show signs of difficulty in learning can benefit from graphic organizers, not just in writing, but in reading comp, math, science, and other subjects as well. Some great links for teachers to find graphic organizers are listed below.